So next, let us look at this question. F of x is equal to 1 if x belongs to rational numbers, minus 1 if x does not belong to rational numbers. That is, if x belongs to irrational numbers. So this is the function, and you're asked to discuss the continuity of this function f of x. So let us say that we'll try to discuss the continuity at a point A. So let A belongs to some real number. That is, A is a real number. So if A is a real number, it will either be A. It either belongs to Q or belongs to Q complement, that is irrational. So if you take any real number, it will either be a rational number or an irrational number. So let us say whatever this real number is, if you try to find limit x tends to a f of x. So limit x tends to a f of x. So a can be either rational or irrational number. So this a will be some number on the real number line. So what is the meaning of limit? So as x tends to a, that is x goes closer and closer to a. That is, x lies in the neighborhood of a. Where does f of x go? So as we know, in the neighborhood of any number. So you take a neighborhood of any interval. We know that every interval of real numbers contain infinite number of rational numbers and infinite number of irrational numbers. So within any small interval of real numbers, you can insert infinite number of rational numbers and infinite number of irrational numbers. So if x is going closer and closer to a, that is, if x belongs to the infinitesimal neighborhood around a, so within this neighborhood there are infinite rationals and infinite irrationals. That is, the value of f of x oscillates between 1 and minus 1 infinite times. F of x doesn't tend to any particular value. So limit x tends to a f of x does not exist. That is, for this function, the functional values exist for all numbers. Take any number, the functional value exists. It will be either plus 1 or minus 1. But at any point, limit x tends to a f of x does not exist. So this is an example of non-removable discontinuity of type 2. That is, limits don't exist. Limit x tends to a plus does not exist. Limit x tends to a minus also does not exist. So if you are asked to discuss the continuity of f of x, the answer will be that this function is discontinuous at every x belongs to real numbers.